You saw the defense, but the key in the Dodger defense settles with that man right there. And watch it really go into that glove. You can't take your eye off for a minute.
2-1, and it's a ground ball to the left of Duncan. Big hop. He staggers, but gets him anyway. And the Dodgers have certainly done a magnificent job in shutting down the league's leading hitter.
511. Joe Morgan was a little guy. He hit a ton of them. Size doesn't mean that much when you've got power, but of course he's not known for power, Smith.
The bunt up along third. Hershiser can't barehand it. I think he would have had enough time to field the ball with his glove, but he opted to barehand in foul ground. At least his heel is in foul territory. Nothing said about it. Ozzie's not going. Ground ball to Sachs. He boots it, but they get a force on what's a perfect double play. So there it is. It'll never appear as an error, but it can be a monstrous kick. Gated over in left center. So Tommy Herr at first. Herr during the regular year stole 31 bases. Busted bat. Ground ball to Madlock. The quick way to Sachs, and they get the force. And for the first time in a while, the Cardinals fail to score in the first inning. And at the end of a half, Cardinals nothing. Dodgers coming up. In the area, the Dodgers have been away in St. Louis since Friday. 1-2. Line drive down the right field line, base hit, and he is on his way for another 2. They'll hold him at second base. Lifetime. And he goes the other way, and it's a fly ball to left center. Tagging as the catch by Landrum, and Duncan coming to third. He's in there. And boy, Landrum hit that a long way. Kenny thought it might be a home run, or at least on the wall. Championship series. But they're going to pitch to him with a runner at third and 1 out. And he pops it up. Boy, what a big out and a big lift that is for Andujar. So Guerrero, who has been the big man to get the Dodgers here in the first place, is shrinking by the minute. X-ray it, and Madlock said, no, I don't even want to know what's wrong with it. I have to play. And he hits one up the middle. Bad thumb or otherwise. 1-0 Dodgers. And the Dodger bench going wild. Madlock goes, and it's swung on and missed. So Marshall strikes out. The Dodgers get 1 on a key single by Madlock. And at the end of an inning, Dodgers 1, Cardinals nothing.
Mountains up.
Bone dry except on the mound.
That's right.
Here's Andy Van Slyke and a ground ball to Sachs, who seizes the initiative. He wasn't going to wait for the ball to come to him. He charged it and made the play. Now that's the thing. Terry with a protective shield guarding his right arm. And he bangs it. Backhanded by Duncan. Throw. Got him. Oh, what an Ozzie Smith play.
That ball at the last minute took a big hop, and what a major league play. Watch this.
And that's hammered to center for a base hit. Landreau over to get it on the second hop.
That was a curveball. At least that's what the catcher signals for. Put that bat in front of him, and when the pitcher starts back, he'll put it back on his shoulder. Right about now.
Ground ball to Duncan. He'll go the long way to Brock, and thanks to Duncan, the side is out. No runs, 1 hit, a man left at the end of an inning and a half. 1-0 Dodgers against the Philadelphia Phillies. 1-0. Ground ball to first. Clark is there. 1 away.
Watching Andujar pitch, you've been reading the papers today. We're getting on Whitey about how he mispronounces names.
Has probably gotten a 3-0 green light. He can swing if he likes the location. Way outside. Steve Sachs, the pitcher, Hershiser on deck. And that's hit in the air to Van Slyke. 2 down. So if nothing else, Hershiser will come up. Paused and said, that's going to get national publicity.
He's enjoying it.
And he hits it into right field. He's enjoying that. Brock will be stopped at second. Van Slyke has a great arm.
And aggressive. That's the thing. He didn't take for granted that Brock would not go to third. He turned completely around, Van Slyke did, and he fired it to
Brock at second, Hershiser at first, 2 away. Fastball hit into center, base hit. Charging it is McGee. Brock will score. 2-0 Dodgers. And Kenny hits a high fly ball to right center. It's playable, says McGee. So the Dodgers get 1 run on a walk and 2 hits, lead 2-0. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station. Andujar now to start it off against Hershiser. Andujar promptly drives it to left field. Back goes Guerrero to the track at the wall. Can't get it. And into second base goes Andujar with a double, and Guerrero has hurt himself. Guerrero is limping in left field. And that's hit up the middle, speared by Duncan to get him. And I'm not sure whether Hershiser's foot touched that ball or not. But Duncan was able to handle it. Maybe it just hit the side of the mound, and that took a little smoke away from it. So 1 out, Andujar at third. 0-2 to Ozzie. And there's a miracle to strike out the Wizard.
That was a breaking ball. Hard breaking ball inside, and it was off the strike zone. Ozzie.
2 out, third inning. Andujar third. 2-0 Dodgers. Line drive, base hit, and the run is in, just like that. So you let Andujar double, and immediately the Cardinals, like the good ball club they are, cash him in. And he hits a fly ball off the hands. Tough play. Guerrero can't get it. He hit it off the hands, and although we can hear it near home plate, the outfielders can't, and instinctively they're... High fly ball into left center. Guerrero and Landro both calling. It'll be Guerrero. And Guerrero is due to lead off the bottom of the third. We might get an indication of how badly he hurt his wrist. At the end of 2.5, 2-1 Dodgers.
The same thing, and then it'd be a bunt play, and the same guy'd get lockjaw.
1-1. Popped it up. And let's see, it'll be Terry Pendleton. And look out as he almost has a collision with John McSherry, and that would have registered about a 7 on the Richter scale. Southern California. So the blue skies over the ballpark are fine, but the mountains have disappeared as Matlock strikes out.
There's that sidearm pitch. It's vicious. He did it to Matlock in the game he pitched here, and Matlock didn't give him a chance the first time up when he tried to get ahead of him. He jumped on the first pitch. Here
brought to an abrupt halt by Andujar's double and the resulting run. There's a drive to left field, but it's playable, and Landrum will make the play. So the Dodgers are out in order to show you how things have calmed down for Andujar. And at the end of 3, Dodgers 2. Field and threw him out. 1-2. Little nubber back to Hershiser, and he handles the comebacker to Brock. Here's that play that deprived Pendleton. Take a look at it. Landrum. 2-0 to Porter, hitting .250. And he fly balls to right center, and Landro is there. He hit that on the hands.
Just watching that last pitch, though, and Jerry Crawford behind the plate.
Not to keep throwing quotes, except great minds, and they're always worth listening to. Ground ball to the hole to Duncan. Boy, that hugged the ground, and he gets him. Mark Twain said, I always thought my father was an idiot when I was 14, and when I was 21, I was amazed how smart he had gotten in the last 7 years. And I think he's paying the price for catching every day. Line drive into left field, base hit. So we shall put that under the heading of a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, right?
Really went on the side of the bag.
High fly ball into right center. McGee going back to the track and will make the catch. So Brock flies to center, and Socia holding at first. That rush that you had going in the first 2 innings. Socia goes, and there's a high chopper on what might have been ball 4. I think that thing was inside, but Sachs grounds into the out.
You were right. It was definitely a bad ball. With 2 strikes, he's going to protect it. And they kept creeping up like he wanted the ball inside.
Looking breaking ball. Breaking ball hit down to Terry Fenelon. That's that, but he's out of the way, and they will begin the next inning with Duncan. No runs, 1 hit. And at the end of 4, 2-1 Dodgers. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. They're dangerous. 3-2 to Andujar. A hot one hopper right at Matlock.
He was hustling down that line, too. He was really running hard. He thought he had himself a base hit, but...
Base hit to left field. So McGee, a rabbit, is at first. Remember, 56 stolen bases during the regular season. And there goes McGee. Pitch outside to throw. Got him. 3-2 to count Ozzie. Ground ball to Duncan. And they're out of the inning. Handshakes all around at the end of 4 1/2. And he put the tag on Willie McGee a moment ago. High chopper back to Andujar, who lost it in the sun. Goes Duncan. The pitch is inside. The throw is high. I think a better throw might have gotten him, but Porter almost threw it into center field.
He threw it hard, but threw it high.
Third. 1-2. High bouncer over the mound behind second. Flagged by Ozzie to get him. And over to third again Duncan. And once more we saw Ozzie Smith kickstart his body.
That's what he did.
And the infield is up. Breaking ball and a fly ball into left center. That'll be deep enough. McGee lost it for a moment. Makes the catch. Here comes Duncan, and he will score. Duncan is 2 for 3, scored twice, driven in 1, and there's a high fly ball into deep left. Back goes Landrum, away back, it's gone. For Andujar, and each game he won. Ground ball hit Ozzie. That will be that, but that was complicated by a comebacker lost in the sun. And at the end of 5, the Dodgers 4, the Cardinals 1.
Base on balls.
And he's gone 3-2 to Tommy Herr. Just missed. So Tommy Herr walks.
First baseman.
With all of his high wire act, might begin to warm up. And the batter is Jack Clark. Fastball popped in the air to right field. Marshall has to go back, but he's there. And Herr halfway. 1 out. 4-1 Dodgers. Ground ball wide of first. Hershiser has to cover. Sachs hits him with the throw, and down to second goes Her. Pendleton robbed of a hit by Duncan and hit back to the box. High bouncer to the right of Sachs. He backhand gets him. So the Cardinals leave Tommy Her, and at the end of 5.5, Ford and Lattimore when he swung at a bad ball in the 4th inning. And he walked Sosa. So that's 4 times in 6 innings Whitey Herzog has seen the Dodgers and Lasorda's crew get the leadoff man on base. If you score 2 runs or less, you lose. Score 3 or more, you win. High pop fly. It'll be Tommy Her.
Trouble. He's got trouble. He really battled that. He had to flip the glasses up, and he had to really battle that sun.
Find the ball. Here's Sachs. Fly to right, grounded to third. And popped up a bad ball again. I'll bet you that thing was way out of the strike zone. So he's just up there flailing away right now. Take a look at that pitch and see where it was.
Drop it down.
1-2. Got him with the breaking ball again. So the Dodgers get the leadoff walk to Sosa and lead him. 4-1 Dodgers. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Darrell Porter, Tito Landrum, and then we'll see about Andujar. And promptly first ball single. So after getting into a sloppy mood of pitching behind the hitters, Hershiser tried to start a hitter off with a strike, and Porter greets him with a single. 7th inning. He has allowed 7 hits. Ground ball up the middle, and it's a base hit. Porter will stop at second, and Hershiser's got the wobbles as the Cardinals try to get off the floor and come back. Big bouncer wide of first. Brock will have to feed Hershiser, and the runners move up 90 feet. So the play goes 3-1. Landrum advancing to second. Willie McGee trying to pick up a couple. Line drive, base hit. That will not only get Porter home, it'll get Landrum home, and it gets the Cardinals back in the game. And I'll be honest, that sure figures, because Hershiser is not pitching like anybody who's going to be around here very long.
Mentioning McGee, he had his foot on the bag and just...
McGee not going. And the ball is hit to right field and down in the corner. It is going to be a 1-bouncer, and it's live. McGee is being waved around third. The overthrow will allow Ozzie to go to third. As Marshall's throw went over Sachs's head, that gave Ozzie Smith the extra base. I mentioned it yesterday. There is no comparison between the two bullpens. The Cardinal bullpen, to give you an idea, Lottie, Daly, and Worrell retired 33 of the 40 batters they faced. Got it. Fastball. Three runs over. 4-4 in the 7th. Got him. Two runs, absolutely brilliant, come right back in. Look at those numbers. That was his regular season. Duncan, Landro, and Guerrero. Ground ball inside first, and there's nobody there. Overshifted was Van Slyke, and Duncan is going to be waved to third. He is going to be in there. And that's a little pop fly. Her going out and makes the clutch catch, as he does all year long.
He had some problems with the sun, and he turned his back to the infield.
So he takes the bat out of Guerrero's hand. 5 intentional walks. And meanwhile, the man coming up leads both teams in RBIs in the championship series on their feet at Dodger Stadium. Ground ball down to Ozzie. He'll go to her, and the throw to first is in time. And they got out of the jam. Bill Madlock, 6-4, 3 double play. And they go wild with ecstasy, only to be frustrated about the double play. 1-1. Slow ground ball. Sachs to Brock. You know, Pendleton slides. Every scout I have ever talked to, and every baseball man I have ever talked to. It's Tom Niedenfuer and Todd Worrell. Ground ball hard to Brock. And he'll underhand to Niedenfuer. 2 down.
He is really reaching back, the big buck.
1-2 to Tito Landrum. Popped in the air, and it'll be Sachs looking at Landro, and it's Landro's ball. All right. At the end of 7 1/2, Niedenfuer has settled to retire 5, and the score is tied at 4. At a gem, a 4-4 tie in the bottom of the 8th. High fly ball into right center. Van Slyke and McGee, and it's going to be over the wall. I can't believe that ball carried out. Both Van Slyke and McGee went back as if they had a play all the way. A home run. Fastball. That's hit to right. Van Slyke, good coverage, gets over there, fighting the sun. Boy, was that a tough play. In fact, everything hit in the air is a tough play.
Every ball in the air is an adventure.
Patient hitter in his other 3 at-bats. 3-1. He's swinging if he likes it. Ball 4.
Second baseman, Steve Simmons.
So Whitey Herzog has seen his big right-hander. He's in the high 80s here today. Fastball. So after all the breaking balls, he gives him the express to blow him down. And Tom Niedenfuer coming up. You know, the temperature has a great deal to do. Transitory thing in this game is what have you done for me lately?
Last time at bat.
1-2. That'll do it for Tom Niedenfuer. But Marshall will get an ovation as he trots to right field. And as we go to the 9th inning. Corner.
It tells you how fast, but it doesn't tell you if the ball is moving. And if the ball's not moving, the hitter's going to be moving around the bases.
Doesn't mean much. 2-2. Got him. Boy, was that a great location.
Perfect. He let it out as Amalfitano sets that defense. They're shading McGee towards left field.
1-2 to Willie. And it's lined to left field. Base hit. So the tying run is aboard, and it's a guy who can motor. And here comes Ozzie.
Ozzie Smith.
McGee. Sosa's throwing a bounce. He's stolen it.
Mike kept looking to the bench, see if they could give him some help. Here comes Peranowski out to talk to Niedenfuer now, and Mike rushed that throw.
Well, he pitched him into the home run. He pitched him into the triple. What does he do? 3-2. Away. Ball 4. And now Lasorda is really in the deep water. Boy, you talk about that whale that's stranded in the river up near Sacramento. Ground ball hit slowly. It'll be Brock feeding Niedenfuer. And how do you like this situation? The tying and possible winning runs are in scoring position with 2 out and Jack Clark coming up.
Ball single to left, flied to right on the first pitch, and struck out. And he hits one to deep left field, and that one is gone. And Lasorda got the answer to his rhetorical question. Something about, should I walk this guy and pitch to that so-and-so? Well, he didn't walk him. Look where all the players are. They want to make sure he touches home plate. Now they'll pick him up. They all backed off. That was a rule they made after Ozzie Smith hit the home run. 7-5 St. Louis. Popped up around the plate, and it'll be Scioscia or Anderson. Scioscia. However, the St. Louis Cardinals with a big 3 in the 9th inning. And at the end of 8 1/2, it is 7-5 St. Louis.
Left-hander Ken Daly. Daly pitched 2 2/3 innings the day before yesterday. Hardly had a minute to enjoy it. 1-2. Strike 3 call. All the weight, however, has to rest within the heart and on the shoulders of Tommy Lasorda. And as if they didn't know him, they know Jack Clark one day better. Strike 3. And in Los Angeles, we are 1 out away from football. And it looks like it's going to be 4 out of 7. Popped up. We are this close to it. And St. Louis is going to the series. And they deserve it. They stopped Valenzuela. They spotted Hershiser, a 4-1 lead. They knocked him out. And they came back down 5-4 in the 9th inning against Tom Niedenfuhr.